Welcome back into our show. This segment of our show brought to you by Secret City Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, located right on the Oak Ridge Turnpike. The 2015 models are rolling in, and that means you can get crazy good deals on 2014 models like this Jeep Grand Cherokee. They've got it in deep cherry red, other colors too. You get two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive models. It's available. Secret City Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Get down and talk to Mark Williams and his crew. This week, they will take care of you. All right. Back with Bob, David, Jimmy, Sterling. Going to start with the guys down here at the end. We're going to talk a little play calling, decision making. You guys get the decision making. Tennessee opens the third quarter. They drive down to the 25-yard line of South Carolina. They're up 21-14. They attempt a field goal into the wind on 4th and 3. Barely miss it. Okay. Next drive, they come back. It's 21-21. Tennessee elects to try another field goal on 4th and 1 at Carolina's 27. After they'd already missed one into the wind, that one misses badly. Did you guys have any problems with the decision to kick field goals, either the first one in the third quarter or the second one?
I agreed with the first. I didn't agree with the second. You had 3 yards to go, and I thought coming out of the half, you're up by 7, get a 2-score lead. When he missed that one, coming back around, you had 4th and 1, and you're tied. I would have gone for it on the second one.
I sort of kind of agree with Jimmy, but on that second one, it was a long one. It wasn't a short one. And South Carolina's offense started getting some rhythm. So I would like to have gotten those 3 points. I may have put some faith in my kicker to get me 3 points at that time.
Well, and the thing is, as much as the offensive line has opened more holes in the last couple of weeks than it had previously, there were still times, and we're about to talk about it, there were still times when South Carolina knew a run was probably coming on a 4th and short, 3rd and short, and Tennessee couldn't get a lot of push. So that might have factored into their decision on a long one there. Yeah. But I agree with you guys. I think that second one, 4th and 1, long or not, I think you maybe go for that one. Let's talk about plays at the goal line, all right? First quarter, Tennessee first drive, they get down to the Carolina 1. They run it with Hurd for no gain on 3rd down. On 4th down, they get under center, run Hurd up the middle, no gain. Tight end doesn't block it correctly, but still. Then the next series, Tennessee comes down, has it 3rd and goal at the Carolina 1. Dobbs gives to Howard on the reverse, which could have easily lost 10 yards, but instead it's a brilliant play call because it worked.
Thank
for the
goodness
touchdown.
44 slow.
Thoughts on their goal line work yesterday?
I thought that what they did at the goal line showed some of their weaknesses. And it really, when you've got to push somebody, my biggest problem though, and this is a nitpick, on 3rd down, go under center on 3rd down. Don't give yourself that 5-yard snap it back thing. They went under center on 4th, go under center on 3rd, and maybe it changes something, maybe it doesn't. But the bottom line is this offensive line, for all the improvements that they've made for whatever reason, they still can't just line up and push 5 guys backwards. And also, a little bit of it's Hurd doesn't see lanes very well at times. He ran right into the back of somebody. That didn't help him.
Yeah, and that's my question is it they don't have a goal line package, or they're not comfortable with this line getting and digging defensive linemen out? I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen them go 2 tights, H-back, under center, 4-point stances and try to dig guys out. That's a problem with this type of offense. You're spread out. You're trying to throw the ball down the field. You get inside the red zone. You've got another defender at the back of the goal line. That field starts squeezing, and it gets easier for those defensive backs to guard the receivers.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here and just point out we've been saying this since David Cutcliffe was running the offense over there. We don't like shotgun runs, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. It went from Cutcliffe, Clausen, Derek Dooley, Jim Chaney. We've seen this for a while now, and Bob, we talked last night. People keep saying, well, where's the fullback? You made a good point.
He's playing somewhere else.
Yeah, there aren't many fullbacks in the NFL. There aren't many fullbacks. They're having to find them at smaller colleges now, people that aren't running the spread stuff. There just aren't many of them.
Well, one thing I would probably do differently if I was Tennessee, I would go ahead and keep everything spread out as wide as I could at the goal line. Don't invite people in and then try to run right into where you've just invited extra guys into.
Yeah.
So that's one problem. But I just think this is something Tennessee doesn't do well. And last night's not the first game where they haven't done this well on short.
A lot of zone read teams don't do it well.
Yeah, and the issue is you're down and it's 3rd and 1 at the goal line, and you're in a 3-point stance as an offensive lineman, and yeah, they're tight. Maybe they're under center, whether they're in gun. It doesn't matter. The guy across from you is in a 4-point stance about to go underneath you. Low man wins. That's why Hurd's getting stopped in the backfield. I mean, there's little technique things.
Sterling.
My thing is this, when we played, it was always getting the 4-point stance, blow off in the goal line, get that 1 yard. But the game has changed. That was the 1900s. There's new philosophies out there. I'm just keeping it real. Coach Bajagian believes in his philosophy. The team does. And then what play is called, they have to execute. That's what they're doing now. That's Tennessee. That's the new Tennessee.
I was going to say, I remember when David took over as offensive coordinator, I said, promise me one thing, that on 4th and 1 you don't go shotgun. He said, okay. So the first game, 4th and 1, he goes shotgun, so obviously he wasn't listening.
Well, I tell you who this works for in terms of the spread stuff. You better have a hammer like Dak Prescott or Tim Tebow, who's built like a fullback / linebacker. It works then. Here's the thing. Dan Mullen's offense looks a whole lot better with Dak Prescott running it than it did with Tyler Russell and the guys before him. So, Dobbs looks more like a Nick Marshall type to me, speedy, shifty. Mm-hmm. He doesn't look like that kind of hammer that the Prescotts and the Tebows had helped that offense in goal line situation.
Yeah, when you have a quarterback that's running the ball like that, well, now your tailback is effectively your H-back, your fullback, and you've got another blocker. You got a hat for a hat on the defense.
Goal line package of concern. All right, when we come back, we will talk about quick slants in terms of Jalen Hurd. Was that the biggest play of his career? Was that a breakthrough play on that screen pass with his spin and fighting, breaking tackles, twisting, turning, diving into the end zone? Where did that pass rush come from? And let's check back in on those numbers comparing Butch Jones to Brett Bielema and Mark Stoops. It's been a couple weeks. Let's see how they look now. Come on back on the Sports Source.